Treasure Coast Marina to get some bait. Not many people here. There she is, red eye to go. So this is the first YouTube video that I'm actually really trying to film for. I've filmed a ton of stuff back in the day, but it's always just been like, oh, there's something, let's film it. We're not talking, any of that stuff. So this is definitely a new experience. I've learned a lot over the past 2 days, 3 days. I've watched YouTube forever, and seeing all these people, I mean, you get a pretty good idea how to do it, but once you start doing it yourself, it's a lot different. But pay more attention to the camera. Actually remember to turn the camera on when we're fighting fish. And
that's all you.
Big shrimp. Right through the head. Missed their brain, that little black dot. Right through the top. Go. Don't do that at home. Boop. Do baby snook. Well, it's 3 o'clock on tournament day. Put a trout in the boat early. Sucked the rest of the day. But now there's 2 big old redfish in there. Somewhere. Oh, that's a trout. And there's 1 red. He's not happy. Neither is him, but he can live. So, an hour left. We're heading to weigh in. See you there. Bit of a rush to the scale, but Ashley took 3rd place red. Not a bad day. Cut all the fish at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, last hour of the tournament. See what we got.
So just go.
But I told her, I told her red foul. Am I sharp?
There's 3rd place.
First lady, we're coming through the door.
She gets her picture. She's a better fisherman than me.
Uh-oh, Brandon Braun's coming back to get his trout.
Show it. So I pretty much clean these things like everybody else. Start there, pop a hole in it. I usually don't go over the ribs. I don't know. That's just personal preference. Yes, I do have the deer meat for dinner silver stag. Which I freaking love this knife. But I always outline fish. And cut all the way to the backbone on each side. I try not to get to the guts, but it happens. To the top, curve back around. To the backbone. Problem with a super sharp knife, you freaking go through spots you don't want to go through. I always flip it over, do the same thing. Maybe. And I always tuck up as far as I can in the head to get the most meat out of it. Scales always get in the way. Outline again. And once all that's outlined, pop through about there. Out. Out. Redfish have really thick rib bones, so sometimes it's easier to go up and over them. cracking. One side. Two sides. Always check your stomach. Nothing in there. Probably why you ate the bait. And always hose it off. Some people leave them on the half shell. They don't take off the skin. I'm not usually a fan of it, so I always skin my fish. Every once in a while I get a hankering for fish on a half shell, but not real often. And I don't think the wife likes it very much. It's a nice thing about a nice sharp knife. Just slide right through it. Come down your pin bones. Got ribs. Go. That's a beautiful fillet. Cut out the bloodline if you want. Redfish ain't too bad in, but there's one done. I always leave a little bit right here, just enough for me to get my fingers on. Pull it tight with the knife, see it stretches the whole thing out. And then now I can grab my fingers in there, keep the knife angled down. Literally just let my hand do the work. And it falls right off. Some bones right there. I'm a stickler with bones. If I get a bone in my fish, I can't eat it. Said redfish, I usually don't worry too much about the bloodline there. I don't think it's super strong, but I really don't mind some bloodline in my stuff either. Wife, on the other hand, does not like any. Trim off anything you don't like. Usually I try to bring a bucket of salt water home to rinse the fillets off in, but our river water ain't too clean, so I'd rather rinse it off in fresh water. But you're left with two beautiful fillets. I'll clean up that other redfish that's in there, and we will see you in the kitchen eating some good redfish. All right, well, we're in the kitchen, as you can see. Been a pretty long day at work, so I'm not going crazy with this fish today. I'm just going to do some Everglades fish and chicken. This stuff I get at Publix. It's kind of like a blackening season-ish, something like that. It's got a good flavor. A little bit of garlic powder, and that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do on this redfish tonight. Like I said, I'm pretty beat. I'm gonna cut up an onion, and we are gonna put it on the stove with a little bit of butter. And then I'm also gonna do some rice, and that's about it. So I always season this stuff up, let it sit for about, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes before I like to cook it. So I usually always start with some garlic powder first. Nice coat on one side. Take some of that stuff from Publix, a little bit of that on there. And then some Everglades fish and chicken. And kind of push it in a little bit. Get that seasoning to actually stay on there, so if you flip it, move it, it doesn't really fall off. Go to put it in the pan, there's nothing on one side. And then do the same thing to the other side. I'm usually always pretty generous with seasoning because I like it. Some people don't like to put a lot on there. They like to taste fish, which, hey, to each their own. But as far as me, I like some seasoning. This smells delicious. Like I said, I'm not really sure exactly what that stuff is, but it's freaking awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up that onion, and so I usually start them about 15 minutes before I put the fish on. Just get them nice, cooked down a bit. Put some soy sauce in with them. Gives it a good flavor with most fish anyway. And a lot of times I'll leave like a little layer of those down, and then I will throw the redfish or whatever type of fish it is and let it cook on top of the onions, and that comes out really good. But once this gets cooked down a little bit, I will bring you guys back and let's see how it looks. All right, so onions are done cooking. I love me some parsley, so add a nice squeeze of the stir-in parsley. Sometimes I use the flakes and put it right on the fish, but either way, it's good. I put about another tablespoon of butter in there. I always mix it up between butter and olive oil or some sort of oil, but whatever you prefer. Butter makes everything taste better, obviously. So I got it back on medium heat. Take my fish, put it in there real nice like. Get all the goodies. I don't like to cook it too hot. I don't like it getting burnt on one side, whatnot. But usually I will take my onions. Once this is done cooking on one side, I'll throw a few onions in there, then flip the fish on top over. Blah. So usually I'll take the onions once this is done cooking about halfway, and I will throw the onions in there, then flip the fish over on top of the onions, let it kind of cook in. If you do it sooner than that, then your onions will get super burnt. So they're a little crispy right now, which is about how I like them. Got my rice in a rice cooker because that's how I like to cook my rice, and it's easy. But just put a cup and a half of jasmine rice in there. It's our favorite. I got my little taste tester 1, taste tester 2, and taste tester number 3. So this is Mako. The big old fat one is Snorkel, and that's Jaws. Snorkel's my buddy. Had him for a very long time. He's 11 now. That's my wife, Kat. and they all look identical. We got Mako when he was like a month or two old. I seen a picture of him and I'm like, I gotta have him. He matches my cat perfect. And now he's our little buddy. But they love to eat some fresh fish, some sushi. And he loves to eat about anything. He'll eat broccoli, whatever you throw to him. Seriously, anything. He loves it. But once this is ready to flip, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. I'll kind of spread that out a little bit. Get me a nice scoop of onion on now. And drop it. I'll spread that out a little bit. Like that split fish right on top of it. Maybe. I just kind of like it when the onion cook in there a little bit. Gives it a nice little extra flavor if you like onion. And you will see the finished product here in a minute. About another 3 or 4 minutes and should be all good to go. Gotta give a nice chunk here to our main taste tester. So I like to put Makoto seafood sauce on my fish. But let's see what the old taste tester thinks here. Ooh, somebody's jealous. Mako. Let's say they approve. Alright, well, that's it for this one. And I promise the next one will get a lot better because this is my first one and I know I left out a lot of stuff, so we'll see you again very soon, and who knows what we're gonna do next, but I do have a couple really good ideas for videos coming up, so they should be entertaining to say the least. But until then, we're out. Goodbye.